Hello everyone, and welcome to this kind of impromptu uh, NTA Week 1 recap video. So this is basically, I'm trying to find the wording for this. Um, it's impromptu because of, okay, so I need to go into some explanations here. So basically, I'll let you guys look at the teams so you can kind of get familiar with them while I'm explaining all this. Um, Basically, it's been storming here for like the past 2 days in a row, and the thunder has been pretty bad. It's actually still going on, but it should be quiet enough where it won't be picked up on the mic. I can still hear it myself, but you know, talking with Danza and the other people in the Around the Right Horn chat, they can't hear it when it's this quiet. So, but it had gotten worse to the point where it would have been picked up, and so I haven't really found much time to record lately just because there would be that constant background noise of thunder. And so yeah, that's where we are now. The only reason the team building video was able to go up was because it was recorded beforehand, because you know how the whole thing goes. Recorded before, uploaded after. You know, that's just how it works with those types of videos. Um So some news first off before we get into this. I think I've finally figured out how resolution works. I I don't know why I had so much trouble, to be honest. I don't know. I think my mind just couldn't comprehend, like, my computer is this resolution, but YouTube does things in that resolution. I didn't know what to do. I was trying to make like boxes to fit things in, and yeah, it didn't work very well. You know, there are gonna be tons of black bars on older videos, but I think I basically have things down now. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I am still pretty new at this. I've never been very like tech savvy. Um, but yeah, I hopefully have, you know, a little more skill at creating videos now. So that is good. Um, so yeah, you can see the teams here. This is basically what I use whenever I'm preparing for anything. It's just a knockoff of what Baby Nick made for the GBA, and you know I just made this. I did get some help whenever I wasn't around to update it, but you know the majority of this is me, as excuse me, as is with all of these things here. You know, there's some help, but mainly it's just me doing all this, which I'm fine with. You know, I wanted to be the stats guy. I literally asked for it. So, um, and yeah, this is where I keep all of everything. And so to start off this recap, we're gonna be watching the first battle here between the Calgary Talonflames and the Miami Heatrans. Basically, since these battles aren't uploaded, I want to include them in the recap. I'm going to keep them on fast speed. Normally for my battles that I commentate, I like to keep them slower so I can go through my plays, but here I'm just basically showing you the battles, showing you how the league is looking right now, just recapping, basically. You know, I don't need to explain everything that's going on. So, yeah, bad start for the Talonflames. And you know he keeps trying to switch around and do things. I don't know what he's doing really, to be honest. He's just letting Excadrill rip through his team. Yeah, and it has a stash, so I think it gets one more kill after this. Yeah, he just completely let Excadrill destroy him. It was uh, one of the members in our league came up with a comparison of Cooper's Nidoking in that one match where it just came out and started ripping through things right off the gate. That's sort of what this did. And an unlucky Scald Burn here is going to take out the Electivire. It's unfortunate, but he could have just switched into Wheezing, or no, Wheezing, Venusaur anyways, and let Electivire kill itself off to recoil. So yeah, Freeze Dried doesn't really make much sense since it's fine, it's a physical attacker, and Suicune has Calm Mind. I guess he didn't really have much else to deal with Suicune, but you can see that Earthquake's doing more at this point. So yeah, basically the Miami Heaterans were in control of this entire game. Seemed to not care about differential at all, just sacking things. And Wise Glasses Mew. Like, I had to actually look up what that item was. It boosts your special attack by times 1.1. I really don't see a use for that item, in my opinion. I feel like Expert Build or something is better than that. I just don't think Wise Glasses is a good item in general. I mean, you can't really fault the guy who won 4-0, but I don't know. There are some things that I disagree with. Not caring about differential. He could have had a 6-0 probably if he'd played it right. Um, you know, items like Wise Glasses, I'm not sure of. The switches made by the Calgary Talonflames that just kind of gave Excadrill multiple opportunities to get kills, basically. Yeah, there are a few things I disagree with on both of these sides, but the Miami Heatrans get a commanding victory over the Calgary Talonflames. Next up, we have the Snoring Kansas City versus the Chicago Firehawks. So we see some Stealth Rocks there. I don't really have much to say on this battle right now. It's still getting started. Early kill from Mega Sableye. Surprised he left that in on Megalophony. I suppose he calced to live a high jump kick and just wanted to get this thing burnt. And ended up running Drain Punch anyways. And Facade. But Intimidate is gonna hurt that. I don't know what his goal was there. Switching in Volcarona on Stealth Rock's damage. Yeah, and it dies, but it does get some good damage off on Salamence. And he's, oh no, not gonna sack it, but, oh yeah, he is gonna sack it. Okay. Spirit does nothing but set up rocks. Choice Scarf, Houndoom. Slowking the threat. I don't know what the point of that protect was. Oh, it was to scout to see if he could make predictions to go for Psyshock, but he outspeeds anyways. Yeah, and kills. So I don't see what the point of that was. Just misplays, I guess. Just misplays. He's gonna sack off the Mega Sableye and let Lopunny go down to burn. Smart. And yeah, there goes the Staraptor. So Slowking looks like it can basically clean up from here. But he does not run Ice Beam, and Salamence runs Roost. So you can kind of see where this is going to go. especially since he doesn't get the burn. And is just able to keep roosting. And yeah, there goes the game as a 2-0. So, interesting choices on both my opponent's parts. Or not opponents. Well, they're still rivals within the league, but they aren't my opponents for that particular week. But yeah, interesting plays and choices. I'm not sure if I agree with all of them, but overall, a good battle, in my opinion. And so now let's move on to the team records. Uh, the reason we're only looking at two battles is because you guys have already seen my battle uploaded earlier, and the final battle was done on Wi-Fi, which I have no way to record right now. Um, yeah, that I was gonna say something, but I'm not sure whether I can or not yet. But yeah, let's just continue and leave that. So, the last battle for Wi-Fi, the last battle that was done on Wi-Fi will be in the description, the code to watch that battle. But I can't record it for you guys and show it just yet. I don't have a way to do that right now. Um, so these are the standings. So right now things are very even. In each division, there's two teams that are 1-0 and two teams that are 0-1. And every team has like they either won by two or lost by two. Basically, they're like 2 and 4s each way. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, when they were +4, there were two Pokemon that died. When they're +2, there are four Pokemon that died. So you see, it's kind of inverse, and I think that's kind of cool that like everything was a +2 and 4. And yeah, basically I'm in fourth just because of the alphabet, and there's an exact tie between me and the Chicago Firehawks, which I am playing this week, and you'll see the video uploaded on Sunday. The battle has already taken place at the time of this recording. Normally I'll try to get this done beforehand. I'm not sure exactly how schedules work. Basically the thunder has kind of thrown off my entire recording schedule, but basically instead of the team building video today, I wanted it to be this. Or I say today as I'm recording it, it's the same day that the team building video went up. And basically I want the recap to go up first and then the team building on Saturday. So recap Friday, team building Saturday, just because the battle could actually happen on Saturday depending on how busy my opponent is. I'm normally pretty free, but if my opponent is really busy, it might take till Saturday for us to get the battle in. And so I can't always upload the team building video on Friday, so it'd be hard to have that as the set schedule. So that's why I want the set schedule to be the recap, then the team building, then the battle. That's how I want things to go, basically. So yeah, you can see how week 1 is looking right now. Things are still early. I am last right now, but it's early. I can come back. It's not a big deal. So before this, we actually did have a other team records thing here, but basically the other guys in the league were updating it, and before I had this recorded, so I decided to make this, which can basically be separated by weeks. I'm not going to show week 2 since there are already some things updated there, but I can separate things into weeks, and so that works better for me for recap videos. And yeah, that's how things are looking now. So this is the schedule. Those are the battles that happened week 1. As I said, if you want to see this battle, the Denver Honchkrows versus the Tennessee Volcaronas, check the description. There will be a code to enter in your VS recorder to watch that battle. So, week 2, as I said, we are facing the Chicago Firehawks. The Denver Honchkrows are going to be facing the Calgary Talonflames. The LA Sapsippers are facing the Snoring Kansas City. Tennessee Volcaronas are facing the Miami Heatrans, which this is going to be a huge battle. This has not happened yet as of recording this, and I'm really excited to see the outcome of this battle because basically these are my two top contenders. In my division, these are the guys that I'm going up against. So I really want to see how they face off against each other and, sort of get a feel for where I can face off against them just by seeing how they battle and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to this battle. Right now, 2 battles have still not been done, and it's like Friday has just ended for me. It's like a little past midnight now as of recording this. So they really need to get their battles in soon before Sunday. Yeah. But yeah, and here's a glance at what the rest of the schedule looks like. I'm not going to go over it in detail, but you can kind of look at it if you want to. I think I said this in the update video, but basically you face each person in your division twice and each person out of your division once. So yeah, and that's basically that. I made this entirely on my own. And this I made entirely on my own, although there's not much to it right now, but this I had some help with, just guys who offered it. I'm still doing the majority of the work here, but people within the league who offer to do their own teams or whatever like that, they can do that, and they have been. So this is the kill death ratio. You can see the notes who say it says like what they killed and what they died to and all of that. So if you want to get a more detailed look at this, checking all the notes and things, go to the link in the description that will be this page here, because I'm not going to go over it in detail. It's just the kill death ratio right now, because the season has just started. This week and the whole season are going to be exactly the same. As we get into later weeks, things will change, but for now, things are exactly the same on each side. So I'll scroll through this so you guys can get a little bit of a look. Victini got 3 kills against me. If I would have just left Altaria alive, I could have checked it, but I keep saying what's past is past, but I really can't get over it. It's frustrating, but yeah. Infernape is the only one of my Pokemon to have a positive differential. Everything else is negative or neutral, so that's great. But because things are so early, Infernape actually does still have a running in the MVP race as of week 1. So you see that Salamence and Terrakion both got 2 kills, 0 deaths. Very good week for the Snoring Kansas City and their MVP race. So you can see the MVP race. I have this week and the whole season, but again, it's exactly the same. So basically, we're doing things a little different from the way the GBA does, just because this is the way we feel like it should be done. Not to say that the GBA is wrong. This is just the way that we prefer to do it in our league. This is our league. We don't have to follow the GBA to a T. And so instead of basing it on kills, we're basing it on differential. This time it doesn't really matter because it's still kind of sorted by kills, but I'm just telling you how this will be done. Something can have like a ton of kills, but almost the same amount of deaths, and it'll be towards the back instead of in the GBA, where if it had a ton of kills, it would be towards the front, no matter how many deaths it had. I feel like things should be based off differential rather than kills. That's just my personal opinion, and most of the people in the league agree with me, so that's how we're doing it. So, number one in the league is Inte. Oh, Inte, why do you have to do so good without me? Like, I'm so happy for you to be number one, but you're helping my opponent. Like, I don't know how to feel. Why you have to make me so conflicted, Inte? I love you, but I don't want you helping them. I don't know. And same with the Victini. I love you, Victini, but you killed me. That's it. And you're second in the MVP race, tied with Excadrill. So yeah, that's it's conflicting. It's annoying, but I'm happy to see my favorite Pokemon at the top, but sad that they're helping the other team. As you can see, Infernape is tied for sixth with Mega Sableye and Mega Scizor, with 2 kills, 1 death for a +1 differential. And and Suicune. I don't know why I didn't even see Suicune there. But yeah. So Infernape is in the MVP race. It's the only one of mine that is. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, even things with like as little as 1 kill are still in the MVP race just because it's this early. And for the weekly MVP races, most of the things are probably going to be, looking like this, basically. There will be things with small amounts of kills that'll still end up on the chart just because of how little there is to compare to when there's only 1 week involved. Later you'll see this start to really change. The whole season 1 is going to become the important one, but I did want to keep track of both because that's something the GBA doesn't do, and it's something I thought would be cool to do. So that's basically it for that. As I said, if you want to take a closer look at the notes and things, you can check it out yourself. So lastly, we have the base stat totals. This is just something that so I didn't have to try to explain to the other guys how to do these commands. Not everything has been rounded yet, as you can see. And this is mainly my fault, just because I'm too lazy to do it. I basically did all of this, and just the rounding got kind of annoying, because basically you have to, copy, equal, round, paste, and oh wait, no, I did that wrong. Oh, okay, hold on. Equal, round, paste, comma 2 for 2 decimal places. Actually, I don't think there's a space there. It might not matter, but yeah, there you go. So that's basically what you have to do individually for each one of these. And honestly, the command for average is more annoying because you have to like look at where everything is and then enter it. Like you have to see, okay, going from B2 to B12 and enter both of those things in there. So I don't know why I wasn't lazy when it comes to the average command, but I am when it comes to the round command. I don't know, but you can see that most of these aren't rounded. And that's my fault mainly. The LA Sap Sippers and the Soaring Kansas City, they were done by their own coaches, and you see that they were not too lazy to round. So basically I did everything else, and I rounded this one because it was just the first one that I did, and I also did. Oh wait, no, I didn't round this guy. I thought I did. This was the second person I did because I was facing them and wanted to know their speed tiers right off the top of my head. Basically, I wanted to be able to just look and see. So I did this one before I did anyone else's, just to help me, basically, and it did help quite a bit, I will say, because I incorporated a lot of speed tiers into my team building, as you'll see by the video I made yesterday. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, the base stats aren't something that's gonna appear every time. It's just something that I was gonna show you this time. I guess we can kind of go over the stats, who has the best of each thing. Um, I haven't really looked at these myself actually. So 535, 530. Oh wow, these are exactly the same. That is cool. That's interesting. 508, 540, 534. So very close to the 535s up here. I'm at 517, so I'm actually fairly low compared to the rest of the league. 529.9, basically 530. And then 509. They're pretty low because I chose a lot of lower tier mons like Parasect and Swalot, Houndoom. And they still had 180 points left, and so they have a lot of lower tier stuff than everyone else does. So let's see, let's go from HP. Let's see, there's 90, 89, 93, 88, 82, 76, 87, 86. So 93, where's the 93? Here it is. The Calgary Talonflames. Oh, that makes sense since they have Blissey. Yeah, that's really what brought their average up so much. That makes complete sense. Okay, who has the most attack? 89, 97, 91, 99, 96, 87, 102, 97. So the Snoring Kansas City have the highest attack in the league, which is interesting since they have Amoonguss, Almamola, Mega Sableye, Gliscor, Empoleon. Like they have a very bulky team, yet like seem to have extremely high attack for some reason. I guess it's Salamence, Terrakion, and Hitmonlee that's really giving them all that. I guess a little bit of Thundurus too. But yeah, that's surprising. It's unexpected. Let's see. Highest defense in the league. There's 90. There's 91. There's 78. 81. 89. 79. 87. And 83. So I think it was the 91. Let's see, yeah. So the Tennessee Volcaronas have the highest defense in the league. Let's see, for special attack, there's 84, another 84, 73, 94, 80, 84, 83, and 79. So the 94 wins, and that's the Miami Heatrans. They have the highest special attack in the league. Special defense, 100, 90, 93, 85, 95, 91, 88, 84. So the Denver Honchkrows have the highest special defense at 100. And speed, there's 78, 81, 78, 91, 91, 91, 79, and 77. So let's see, which is the highest 91? I have the 0.72. He has 91 exactly, and he has 0.45. So I just barely have the highest speed in the league, my team. So hey, at least I have one stat that's the best out of all of them, and it's by a tiny smidgen. But yeah, basically, I think Doug Trio kind of held down my stats there, which is all right because it's gonna have its uses. It'll come into play at some point in the season. I'm sure of it. For now, it's on the bench, but you'll see it in action. Its stats won't hold it back. Um, so yeah, that's basically all there is for this league. If you want to check out any of these yourself, any of these sheets or docs, they'll be in the description. You can check out the final game between the Denver Honchkrows and the Tennessee Volcaronas in the description as well, with the code down there. And yeah, that's basically all I have. Thank you for watching the week one recap. Tell me if this is a way you'd like to see it, just kind of me showing off what I use and the things I make, or if you'd rather see like um, a less impromptu one, something more prepared, sort of like the GBA does, where they have things laid out. Um, I don't know what they use, but I would just use like a Google slide or something and just show you. I mean, that's what I did for my power rankings, and I'm sure they don't use that, but something like that. Which would you rather see? I'm fine with doing it this way, just kind of showing you all the stats and things. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Lightning just struck outside my window. Okay. That's it. Goodbye.